Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your early morning, late out of date review. Grab your Coca-Colas, drink it magnificently, aspire to make the bitches go, oh shit, oh shit. Cheers. The Rock to WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. Very surprised, honestly. More good than bad. This show honestly felt so much better than last year's. Even though The Rock, I remember, was there last year, there was more good than bad this year. More things happened. This show honestly was a good show. For a Raw after WrestleMania, this was actually a good show. They put more effort to this. They actually put more effort to the show. There were more things that were exciting about this show. It was good. You know? Is there room for improvement? Yeah, but it was a good show. I actually enjoyed the show. Hopefully it keeps going. Hopefully they keep this on the right track. If only they were doing stuff like this during WrestleMania season. How is it that literally during WrestleMania season it doesn't feel like anything? It didn't feel like anything, but literally after Mania. Hopefully this is a trend. Hopefully this is a trend that they're going to continue to make the show good. But again, think about the people who were involved. Cena, who was there. He's not going to be there every week. So already that's going to be a problem next week. Alright? But Cena being there, again, being a professional, literally the fans were cheering him as a fucking heel and then made the fans boo him because he's a freaking professional. I don't know what to tell you. And what they did is, which I thought that would be terrible with Seth Rollins, they actually managed to work. You know, like, wow. I'm surprised that they're seemingly building a new faction now with Seth Rollins and the new Paul Heyman guy. So there's going to be a bunch of Paul Heyman guys now, basically. And I'm looking forward to it. I can just already imagine now War Games being a thing, which is, I guess they're already planning that, so that's something. So, that's good. They're seemingly actually going to try to do some long-term plans. That's good stuff. But yeah, the show was actually a good show, man. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people, for some reason, and I especially, like, it's not just smarks, but anti-smarks as well, or basically people who are not smarks. They had a problem that I did not hate WrestleMania Night 2, and I didn't hate this show when I voiced my opinion when I was watching the Legion of Raw review with Dr. Chris and Vince Russo. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, a lot of you guys are just too negative for the sake of being negative. Like, God forbid I actually, like, put something over. You know what I mean? God forbid I actually praise something. But that's a bad thing, you know? Oh, wow, I'm too negative. But, like, what are you talking about? So it's like, how do I win? You know, how do I fucking win? Is it because I praise people that, you know, the smarks don't like? Or whatever. I don't know. Or I guess because smarks, they're angry that I freaking, you know, bash them all the time. And I also freaking praise something that, alas, it's not smarks, delights, favorites, and whatever. I don't fucking get it. I don't know, nor do I care. Oh, how dare you make fun of wrestling fans or smarks? Listen, I'm not denying that I love wrestling. I do. I wanted to get better, though. I'm just a normal person. I'm not a fucking retarded fucking mongoloid whose their entire life is watching freaking wrestling every fucking time. I'm not gonna lie to you, though. This entire week has been tiring. You know, this weekend I'm tired after watching so much wrestling right now. I can't wait to just kind of just relax for a little bit. Even though there's no real days off. You know? As a content creator, whatever. But it is what it is. We're gonna make it. Let's say the weekend, I'm gonna definitely relax. That's for sure. Definitely gonna relax. I mean, I'll make some time to relax myself. So And especially like Thursday, because there's nothing on Thursday for wrestling, so that's a good thing. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna watch NXT or AEW live, but I have to review it. But it is what it is. But I will say this, man. I'm happy that the Raw after WrestleMania was not a bad show. It made me. I actually it was watchable. It was a good show. The show started with Cena. Very happy that they started it this way. My only criticism with this is that you see back in the day. Remember back in the day when you had the main characters open the show and they main evented the show. Like I miss that. I miss that aspect in wrestling where John Cena would open the show and end the show. Like that's something I thought that should have happened. Like not only Cena open the show, they should have had him also end the show. Where that's where they basically reunite the greatest match in history, Maggle. That's where they would reunite that whole what happened towards the end of this segment. That's what I would have done. You could have Cena like interacting backstage with with the crowd. I mean, shout out to Russo, who actually mentioned this as a Legion of Raw review. Like you could have Cena like celebrate, but also like being a heel, but also kind of like I heard a lot of crap from the back. I might as well just go back and if someone has to say later on the end of the show, I'll come back. Simple as that. And then you could have had him maybe interact with some of his old rivals. That would have been something, And then towards the end of the show, when he comes back, oh, I guess no one has the guts to freaking show up to me. And then when you have Orton shows up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That would have been something. That would have been a great way to end the show. Even though I'm not saying that how the end of the show was bad. I thought the ending was pretty good too. It just, if that was in the middle of the show, that would have been pretty cool as well. Let's just say. And it was like, wow. Body blows after body blows. Like, it would have been like, wow. It would have been like a well done. It would have been like a great course of meals, let's just say. It's like a greatly made meal feast. Like that's how freaking wrestling should be. Like a freaking nice feast that you get. Alright? That's would have been great. Regardless, not bad. I just think that's what they should have done. I just think that, nowadays they don't really know how to basically pace themselves with how they basically did stuff back in the day with wrestling. Well, I'm not trying to complain. It just like I know it's a little nitpicky, but it's the truth. Like it just feels like, especially with the WWE with John Cena, where he's not gonna be there as long as again it's like what 27 more days. He even stated that in this promo. He's only there for a very short time. Make the best of it. Make the best television possible. Utilize his time. He's there. You know what I mean? And we're not even gonna see. And that's the thing. We're not even gonna see him. Like till I think Backlash. Like literally before Backlash. And it's clear like why they're doing Orton and Cena, which I have no problem with. But it's clear why they're doing it. It would have been cool, even it would have led to I mean, it would have been cool in the future, obviously, if Cena was to be on SmackDown, Cena could open the show again, and then Orton shows up, just something to, if they're gonna only have Cena be on for one-off, because I do think with Cena, for the, he literally, throughout the weeks, he's been getting, beat by Cody. He never stand tall, especially since his, and he's been overshadowed by Cody. This should have been the night also, he should have just at least stand tall himself, make himself look good. Or again, you could have always have done the main event segment where, after Cena had his time to shine, in the opening segment, then you did the Orton thing. Because, the fact that Cena, for, the past few weeks now, he's been outshined by Cody. It's just come on. You know what I mean? You gotta make him look good. Whatever. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. The show started with Cena. Big ovation. Cena entered the show literally with the belt behind his back. you shut a well? Do you see my ass right here, right now? Like, you remember when Dolph Ziggler had the belt on his ass? And it was, like, fucking gay as fuck. At least with Cena, who resembles a man, like a actual man. It's not trying to freaking act like a faggot. He's just like, obviously, like him being disrespectful. Which, it works. You know what I mean? Cena shows up. The announcer announces, oh, it's the new WWE champion, but then Cena gives him, like, a paper to read off of. And he says, my sincere apologies, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest of all time, the never seen 17 racing in Las Vegas with his presence for the final time, the last real world champion, John Cena. It works. Then Cena grabbed the mic, or he asked for the mic. He says, winners write history. You are not worthy. So, like, by the way, the fans were cheering Cena. They did not want to boo Cena. They were like, and of course, the Raw after WrestleMania, the fucking Smarks are alive and well. Which, again, I do hate Smarks. But I will say, Cena, being the professional he is, literally used this as an advantage to freaking, play with the crowd. He did not let the crowd get to him. He literally, as, again, the fans, they were like treating him like he never turned heel, for fuck's sakes. Or, they're acting like, it's like the whole, like, John Cena that they're acting like he's freaking like 2020, 2021, like basically part-time Cena. Who's like, people, now, like when people started to like Cena because he was less likely there and realized, oh wow, Cena's not that bad of a wrestler, He's literally the last star that they have, for fuck's sakes. One of the last true stars that contribute to mainstream appeal. So, literally, Cena had to, like, work to try to freaking get the crowd to boo him, which is, like, it worked. Like, the guy's a professional. You are not worthy. You think that on Friday you can bully me, and then I step in the ring with gold around my waist just because you cheer? I'm supposed to forgive you? Yeah, that's not how a functional relationship works. So he's going about, like, how, get it? You guys are my dysfunctional relationship, how, like, I broke up with you, blah, blah, blah. Sir, is that how you treat your wife? He points out to a crowd. No, it's not. As a parent, is that how you treat your kid? No, it's not. You just point out to people. This is not how a functional relationship works. Just because you show up in a good mood, I can still tell you to go straight to hell. Every damn one of you owe me an apology, and you don't have the courage to do it. Then the fans were chanting, "We are sorry." They were chanting, "We are sorry." But then Cena literally turned around and says, for the people watching at home, they said, we aren't sorry. Which literally, paraphrase what they said, just to make it work. So it's like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, he says, you don't have the courage to do it. Oh yeah, make the noise. This forever been the show that you hijacked after WrestleMania. You're here for all the WrestleManias. You get a scare ticket so you can show up and think that you can take control. Isn't that right? Wow, you have gotten soft. If you really think about it, the crowd wasn't as smarky as over the years. But again, I'll give you one example why. It's literally because the build has been shit for this past WrestleMania. And if you really think about it, the appeal for professional wrestling nowadays keeps getting lower every year. The ratings keep getting lower every freaking year. That's why you probably see even like the Smarks themselves flop watching. So, or just, normal people who join the Smarks, which is like, that's a bad thing, but whatever, It all worked out. He then mentioned how, like, we are sorry chants, but he then turned around saying that we aren't sorry. That's what they said. And then the fans booed. let me just do a quick once over. Yep, that's 3 or 4 of the sorriest lowlights I've ever seen. You are sorry. Each and every one of you are sorry. And here's the part that you don't mean anything to me. I may be an anus, but you're a group of idiots. And the fans were chanting, asshole, asshole, which he literally got the fucking crowd to, like, right there to now boo. Again, John Cena's a professional. It's going to be a darn shame that now John Cena's officially gone. Who else is going to be a professional? There's no professional in freaking wrestling anymore. Not even Roman Reigns. I hate to say this. Not even Roman Reigns is a professional like John Cena. He's not. Roman Reigns doesn't have the same mic appeal as Cena does. That's why Cena, like, he is actually once in a generational talent. There's not going to be a guy like him. It's just not. And I hate that I have to act like a Cena fan. Because I get it, I'm brown and shit. Again, I'm not Indian, though, really not, though, but it's the fucking truth. John Cena, is, like, again, he is a professional. This guy would not have been the face of the company for how many fucking years if he literally wasn't a professional. Oh, but he spoke spots during the match, which, again, that's the camera guy's fault for not catching the moments. But again, what do you think is going to happen? Do you want these guys to freaking mess up on their spots? I mean, again, you can hate on Travis Scott all you want, which that definitely ruined the ending of the match. But come on, who the hell cares? It's fucking professional wrestling. The guy's trying to actually fucking give a good show there. It's fake for fuck's sakes. Whatever. For 25 years, you have called me so much worse. I've taken your best shot and you always got back up. What makes you think that you're gonna be the crowd that cracked me right here, right now, huh? Go ahead, you're nothing to me. Your noise means nothing to me. The only thing that means anything is all of our lives is that 36 dates. I told you at the beginning of the year, 36 dates, and I'm gone. Time passes, guys. Time passes so quickly, we have no idea. Let's count down the time you already lost. Netflix premiere, Indianapolis, Toronto, Brussels, London, Glasgow, Las Vegas. He should have said, I literally wasted 3 times of 3 appearances for you idiots. He should have freaking said that, because, like, now that, and then he could have, like, made it a heel, because you guys are so selfish. I literally, and that costed other cities. Like, that could have been a great heel promo. Like, it's Las Vegas' fault. That would have been freaking cool. Now you have 27 dates. Not matches, appearances. Yeah, you say I can't wrestle. I don't have to. I just have to show up and do this. When that hits 0, the professional wrestling timeline stops cold. And I'm not stupid like you. I know there'll be another Monday Night Raw. I know they'll sign another champion. But the title that was held by Bruno Sammartino, the title that was held by Roman Reigns for 1,000 days, the title that was taken away from me in Chicago by CM Punk, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Bret Hart, come home with me. I am the real last undisputed champion of the WWE. And getting this was the hard part. The rest is a cakewalk. All I have to do is playing you like the puppets that you are. The best chance you guys had, the same as this, was Cody Rhodes. You heartless bastard. Oh yeah, the freaking fans boo when he mentioned Cody Rhodes. You heartless bastard. You boo him on Friday, and then you cheer him on Friday. Then you boo him on Sunday, and then when I said his name. And the name that we all put on the shoulders last year because he finished his story, and now he disgusts you? That's what's wrong with this. That's why last night Cody Rhodes was outshined, outclassed, out-wrestled, and flat out destroyed. So yeah, again, literally mentioned how the fans are fickle for even booing Cody Rhodes. Like, how is that sad, you know? It's time for you to take a bold look in the mirror, and here's the truth. There's no one in WWE that has the strength, the speed, and the ruthless aggression of John Cena. But unlike you, I have a heart. I would like to do something nice for you. Right now, get out your cameras. You'll want to remember this moment. make sure to take a great picture at the real last champion is here. And then the fans were like cheering because Orton showed up behind the back and then I came out of nowhere to John Cena. Oh shit, I came out of nowhere. And Orton poses with the title, indicating he wants the championship. I am the greatest rival in history is reunited, John! Cena versus Orton. I love it, Michael. I mean, how is it sad that we live in 2025 that not only that it's like so reversed, like literally, in whoever thought that Orton would be the babyface and Cena's the fucking heel, and then we would be happy to see Cena and Orton one more fucking time. Who in the bright mind would actually be happy for that? After years of shitting, like this greatest rival in history. I don't fucking mind seeing this. I really don't. I mean, wouldn't this been great to probably be the last match? Yeah, but you know, they want to do this match, I guess. I don't know. I do hope that Cena is like the last, like they had him like be the freaking champion until like his last match. But he's gotta lose that match to like, you know, somebody like good and cool. I would even add, you know, whatever. It is what it is. In the end of the day, it's cool. This was cool. Like I said, would have been awesome if this was like the ending of the show. Like if maybe like, heck, you know what they could have done? They could have even had like, you know, Cena, like you show Cena entering the freaking arena, but he's like backstage, and then it keeps leading to the main event where he finally shows up in the main event. That would have been good. And they could have started a show with maybe like, you know, even the Seth Rollins thing or something like that. I thought the show was going to start with Jey Uso, which they did have Jey Uso on the show, but we're going to talk about that. But in the end of the day, this was a great opener. I'm happy how this happened, though, even though it still makes Cena look a little weak as a heel, where, like, literally after, like, he keeps getting outshined. In the end of the day, it's still cool, you know, because I like this. I like Cena was able to, you know, he's not selfish, and it's cool. I don't know. It's cool because people are like the people involved. It's whatever, you know. Looking forward to what's gonna happen. Obviously, Cena is gonna win because they're planning this match at Backlash. It's Orton's hometown. That's why they're doing it. Other than that, I'm totally fine. Oh yeah, how can I forget? Before the show started, they did a WrestleMania recap. They even show. So at work I watched the Pat McAfee show. With my buddies. They showed Cena being there. Cena was acting like a baby, like legit, like a good guy, like his real life self, which breaking kayfabe. And you had Paul Heyman who did not break kayfabe. Like, what is that freaking? Like, how amazing is that? I mean, I don't know why Cena did not act like a kayfabe, but whatever. Regardless, they showed like Paul Heyman in the recap of being the slime ball. Paul Heyman's good. I'm not gonna lie, he's good. We then see Get It Fluffy is there. The Pat McAfee showcast. Gigi Doll and Tatum Paxley in the house, and they're there because of the women's tag title match that's gonna happen on NXT this week. By the way, I did review the NXT show from last week, and I reviewed NXT Stand and Deliver, but they'll be uploaded at a certain time. Yeah. Anyways, first match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the women's tag title. So they literally did a rematch from WrestleMania. A WrestleMania rematch! Literally the day after. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, like, why? Like, it's really... Listen. I had no problem if you were to do a rematch. Unless you maybe made a stipulation or it was something different. I will say I was surprised, and I did like this, that Liv and Raquel won the titles. You know? Oh, why did they just lose the title just to win it back? Guess what, motherfuckers? It's called stories, you fuckers. This is what I miss about wrestling. It's like, Not every fucking time. Like, this was at least not predictable. That's the beauty of this. This was less predictable, because rarely we see a title change right after this. I like this. I do. Oh, it's just treated like props. Who the fuck cares? Not always. Like, you have to understand that it's rare that people in real life still is a champion. This is what I actually like. I like that they did have the title change hands. It gives a surprise factor. And also, again, it helps contribute to stories. You know, we have like so many long title reigns. You know, it's not even believable. This is okay. Okay? It's not you're not always gonna retain. So it worked. It made sense. I'm fine with it. It just was the same match, but it was a different outcome. But whatever. I'm happy. I guess Liv and Raquel won. It is funny. It's funny. It would have been cool if it was a different stipulation. I mean, not that like what can you really do with the women? I don't want to see the women bleed. To me, that's not very attractive there, but whatever. Anyways, Lyra Keurig took the loss, and this makes Becky, like, you know, all, like, you know, their little dissension, but then we see, oh, Becky attacks her, Becky turns heel. I mean, it kind of makes sense for having her turn heel, because, like, in real life, again, Rollins is her husband. Now you gotta have Becky be a babyface, like, you know, so, if anything, this could lead to, like, Becky maybe joining Raw's new faction, and we could have Becky essentially be like her, you know, again, the valet. Like, why not? Why not? That works out. That's good. Her as a heel, joining Rollins, a heel duo? Fuck yeah. Make it work. It's real life, motherfuckers. Come on, do something. Real life couple working together? Hell yeah. We got a radio recap of WrestleMania, blah blah blah, and then we see the New Day show up. They say how they're the new tag team champions. Bow down, thank God for the New Day, and blah blah blah. And then we see the, you know, oh, you said we couldn't beat the War Raiders, and we did. And then we see Alpha Academy, and you would think, like, because it's Raw for me, a bunch of surprises, you would think that, oh, maybe like a tag team would show up that people care about. Like, I was kind of hoping, you know, maybe the Hardys or some cool tag team to show up. Not saying like people from NXT, you know, I just think, like, again, like, no one knows who the fuck these people are NXT or whatever, right? But, like, you know, just some surprises. Instead, you get the Alpha Academy. And then, like, Maxine Dupree's like, if you guys man about, how about you face us? And it's like, and put the tag title, like, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? So it's like, great, a useless match. Like, you know damn well there was no chance of them winning the tag titles. And, like, they were gonna do the match. And thank the fuck God they did not do a legit match. I'm so happy that this match, like, we need more of this. Whoever was booking the show, thank the fuck God. I will say this. Thank the fuck God whoever wrote the show. Because why give us a match that nobody gives a fuck about and treat it the way as it should be? Just to contribute to someone looking good, or, you know, treat it as shit just to freaking, you know, put somebody over. Give some heat. And that's what they did. This match did not start because what happened, it was the return of Rusev. So Rusev returned. Unfortunately, he returned with shitty new fucking music. Which, why? But anyways, he returned. Rusev returned. He's no longer part of, like, AEW and whatever. It would have been kind of cool to see him and Lana. Apparently they're back together, which is cool. Cool for them. Would be cool. I mean, with what's going on in Russia, you would think it makes sense to have Rusev to be a freaking, you know, Russian character. But again, unfortunately, WWE doesn't want to be controversial, which is fucking sad. Like, God forbid you want to make money. You want to care about, like, oh, rather than increasing your fucking prices, how about you make money by actually making good characters and actually making a good show? Maybe you'll get more money if anything, you fuckers. But anyways, Rusev show up. The New Day ran away, but then naturally Rusev attacks the fucking wrestlers, but attacks the Alpha Academy. So Rusev is unfortunately a heel, which, I mean, would it be not nice for once we have a returning wrestler not be a heel? It's like so redundant. And it's like more heels than baby faces, honestly. But regardless, Rusev's back. He looks better than ever. It's cool to see him back. God bless him. God bless him. Hopefully they treat him right this time. It's very good to see Rusev. Really good. Would be cool if he was, again, the Russian gimmick. We then see backstage the Judgment Day. Liv and Dominic celebrating how to get their duo with titles, and then Finn Balor shows up. He's like a little pissed. Then like Liv Morgan tries to calm down. Hey, like what happened? Say something, or whatever. Like, hey, just no matter who was champion, right? And then Finn Balor says, "What happens stays. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas," and he smiles and get it all. They're all happily lucky, blah blah blah, and that's how it proceeds. It is what it is. Survivor Series is gonna be happening. Is this? Okay. It's officially it's War Games. Again, I know I already mentioned the idea of War Games is happening is fine, but I do feel like it is redundant. Like, you're doing it every freaking year, this whole War Game stuff, or whatever it is, what it is. But regardless, so, they're doing War Games. It's clear what they might be now doing next year. They're going to probably do Team Heyman versus Team Roman and Punk. You could tell that's probably going to be the case. Or that looks like it. And I like it. Maybe this could lead to maybe next year we see Rollins versus Reigns. Hell in a Cell. If they're not gonna have The Rock, it looks more like The Rock is not gonna be at fucking WrestleMania or wrestling anytime soon. If it happens, it happens, right? In the end of the day, let the plan be Rollins and Reigns in the future, and have their definitive match in the future where they end their feud at next year's WrestleMania. Especially with Paul Heyman saying, this story will continue to even, it will start from now to the road to WrestleMania 42. He mentioned something like that. So it was like, okay, maybe that kind of moves into something like that. We then see Io Sky, who struggles to speak English, whatever. I'm the woman that's happy. Man, somebody has a fucking hard on for Io Sky. Someone has a chinky fetish, for God's sakes, that's for sure. You guys never forget that. Shut up. I'm sorry. Like, listen, I don't hate. God, listen. God bless this woman, but like, no one fucking knows what the hell she is. Like, I'm sorry. It's the truth. Anyways. The only positive was see Stephanie Vaquer, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie Vaquer, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I hate this though. I mean, no, I don't hate it. Well, I don't. I just hate the whole idea that if you watch NXT, you have to like assume you know this person without like vignettes and shit. I hate that. Like again, you can't just bring somebody to the main roster without actually doing some vignettes and whatever. Like, no one fucking cares. If you watch NXT, like, whatever. I hate this whole NXT problem. I feel like at least, though, compared to, like, years ago, it's less worse because, like, get it how WWE likes to freaking try to pretend to care. We have to pretend to care about NXT, and you wonder why these people won't get over. It's like they actually understand the process better this year because they brought out a chick named Stephanie Vaquer. And for the right reasons, they have her on the show. Let's just say that. It's great. Don't question it. You have a hot chick on fucking, like, who's invited to the big black couch. Oh shit material, that's for sure. Okay? The only thing I was missing was Booker T on commentary. And we know why. Becky says congratulations. She speaks in whatever Latino. I mean, listen. No one can understand Latino. She can speak as much as Latina as she wants. Okay? No, if you're a man, if you're a fucking man of culture, no one would have complained about Stephanie Becker. Let's just say that. No one would complain. And I don't understand how I'm seeing like the Legion of Raw comments. There's someone said, "Oh, there's Stephanie vacuum." Like, are you guys gay? For fuck's sakes! I thought we were, the badass hating smarks motherfuckers. What the fuck are we doing? Y'all don't see Stephanie back here? Y'all don't see this shit? Whatever. For some reason, the match was made. I mean, I would think that what they should have done where, like, they announced a title match. But no, it's just a one-on-one match, just for the sake of competition or whatever. My own, again, whatever. I just wish that the match was shorter because literally, like, what was the point of this match being long if the match was going to end in a double no DQ regardless? You know what I mean, folks? Like, that would have made more sense. Like, the match, like, it would have been short, and we could have, all that would have been worth it. It would have been seeing, like, Stephanie Becker does her beautiful move. That Booker T, like, that goes crazy for, that, yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, come on. That's like the best fucking move in wrestling. I don't know. What they call it? The Devil's Kiss or something like that? It's great. It's a great move. That's like you could have just easily done that, and then you could have ended the match from there. But no, or just done that quickly. But no, this match had to like go on for like 10 minutes. Whatever. I mean, it's great to see Stephanie back here. The match ended with disqualification. I guess it lists here that EO won by disqualification because get it. What's her name? Oh yeah, Roxanne Perez for some reason Roxanne Perez attacked her, and we see Julia joins in. So Julia's officially a heel now. Whatever. And then we see Rhea Ripley shows up and she attacks Roxanne, and then Julia and Rhea had like a face off. So whatever. I mean, that would have been finally to end this segment. It just should have been shorter. Because the match amounted to nothing anyways. It could have been a nice short match with the nice ass move. And you do whatever. Rhea Ripley grabbed the title for EO, and then, she wants the title, blah, blah, blah. You could have ended this could have been quicker, and the result would have been the same of effectiveness. So, yeah. We then see Jey Uso. A champion celebration for Jey Uso. They had a video package of his long journey. It was a good video package. And then Jey Uso showed up. A long entrance. The fans are happy. And then they did it again. Like, listen, I like Jey Uso. I do. But, like, again, just overdoing the entrance is going to kill it. And it does. So it's like, come on. Stop it. It's annoying. Like, I'm happy for Jey, whatever, but it's like, does he even feel like a main eventer? Especially when he didn't, end the show and open, it really feels like he won the Intercontinental Championship at this point. Let's be for real here, okay? It really feels like that. But whatever. Jey Uso celebrates. He says, like, the world's every chip now in your city, I'm here, and I'm gonna get it, it wasn't easy, man, but I beat Gunther, I made him tap, and, alright, I'm grateful, I'm so happy to have this champion on my shoulder, and if y'all decide to have Jey Uso as your world champion, just let me hear a yeet, like everything, yeet, like, okay, calm down, but whatever, We then see Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn showed up, and he gives Jey a big hug. This became very gay, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, Am I a fan of the idea of Jay versus Sammy? Not really. I'm really not. They could always have done like a babyface challenge. But like you would expect, okay, listen. Okay, I'll get through this first. So let's talk about what Sami Zayn spoke first. I'm gonna explain the problem with this. Sami Zayn says, man, I got so much to say. I don't even know what to begin. First off, not being here for 7-8 years was not, what you were going through with Gunther was not easy. And missing WrestleMania this year was very hard for me. And I was not even going to be here in Las Vegas, but I just had to be here to see the chip on your shoulder and be one of the first to thank you in this, to say, that you're my brother, you're my dog, my ooze, I love you. This is After Mania, we're going to celebrate, so please hit the music. And it's like, oh, God, gay, just gay. And you could see that Sammy, like, he's looking at the world title, and you would think, what, are we going to see a Sammy heel turn? Like, it would have been an overdone of heel turns, by the way. Literally, we had, like, a lot of people that turned heel tonight, by the way, already. But, anyways, they clearly teased it, and it was a long tease. And it's like, and they did nothing with it, What you could have had done, simply, and I'm not saying that Sammy should turn heel. You could have said, like, hey, I love you, bro. Even though that's just so gay to keep mentioning every time. Imagine Stone Cold, The Undertaker saying they love each other. It's just so gay. You could have had Sammy, like, hey, since we're dogs and, whatever, I will say, like, let's just have a world title match out of respect. Won't turn on you, whatever. They could have accepted it. And then, but, hey, before that, let's celebrate. They could have had... They had Jimmy show up, too, and they celebrate. But, like, nothing happened after this. It was just a long, fucking gay-ass celebration. Nothing with Gunther, whatever. What they should have done, they should have had Gunther simply came out, something. Heck, if you want to do something, they could have had, like, with Roman showing up. They could have something with Roman. And you could have done something where Rollins maybe even attacked Roman right after that. That would make people so distracted. They could have, like, lead to something. Even that could have led to, like, the idea of Rollins versus Jay for the future. You know what I mean? Something with that. You could have done something with that. Or you could even have Gunther attacking, Roman to keep their feud going. Just the possibilities could have been there. Just to lead to this segment. This was just a fucking stupid gay-ass celebration. With gay fucking love. With Sammy fucking acting homoerotic to fucking Jey Uso. I don't know. We then see Gunther. It was like after this segment. They should have done something with Gunther. Like they could have done something where, like, I don't know. Gunther and Ludwig, they tried to attack, but then they maybe embarrass Gunther. And then that would lead to, like, this next segment, what they did. So what happened was, Gunther, he confronted Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. He blames them for the support and being impartial, whatever. Which leads to Gunther choking out Michael Cole. Or he was about to choke him out. But then Pat McAfee, he punches Gunther. And then that made Gunther angry. They're separated. But then right when, like, Pat McAfee was walking away, Gunther then grabs him, he chokes him out. We then see the Pat McAfee crew got involved, but then they get separated. So the Pat McAfee crew gets separated. That's enough to stop them from, stopping, Pat McAfee getting choked out, but they can't stop McAfee from getting choked out. Whatever. Regardless, I like this. I will say this was great heat for Gunther. Pat McAfee getting choked out. I'm kind of excited for the idea of a Gunther and Pat McAfee match. I honestly am. I'm excited for that idea of a match. I would like to see that. So, it was great. And Michael Cole, like, he assisted Pat McAfee onto the backstage where he's getting checked out. And then Michael Cole's like, oh, you don't need to keep commentating. And it's like, no, I'm not going to let a bully try to stop me. I'm Michael. I've been doing, this is my job, and I'm not going to let a bully stop me. And then you had the fucking gay fans like, oh, Michael the reason why these fucking fans support Michael Cole now is because all the fucking fans that watch now are a bunch of fucking nerds. They're a bunch of nerds, and it's like a flashback where Michael Cole, and it's like Michael Cole living through them, like, get it, yeah, Michael, you're my hero, you're sticking up to the bully. It's like, what kind of gay shit is that? What kind of gay shit is that? Like, shut up, you fucking nerd-ass smarks. God damn, if anything, we need more bullying in this fucking world, for fuck's sakes. I'm just thinking to myself, so Gunther, he could do this heel heat. But they didn't do this with John Cena last month where Michael Cole was bad-mouthing Cena. And he couldn't have had John Cena did the heat. Like, you would imagine the heat that would have been with John Cena and Michael Cole. But no, they saved it for Gunther. Which, I mean, would it have been repetitive if they did it again? Sure. But, like, it feels like it would have been warranted for John Cena to do what he did. You know? And it would have been more of an impact. Because Gunther, like, you know, it's Gunther. John Cena doing what if he was to do that, that would have been impactful to make you actually care as a heel. You know what I mean? We did see backstage of last night with Logan Paul, and he says, like, you know, oh, I'm a winner. Who cares how I won the match last night or whatever? I'm going to continue winning and then continue having my WrestleMania winning streak, which, if memory serves me right, you lost before WrestleMania, so that made no fucking sense. Jackie Redmond's interviewing AJ Styles. AJ Styles says, you know, hard pill to swallow losing to Paul, but, you know, I accept it. You know, I just gotta keep going. And then Karrion Kross interrupts. It's like, you should have won for us. You should have just taken this brass knuckle and did what you did, but no, you didn't. You should have went back to your way. And then Styles like, you want me to go back to my evil ways? Like, I didn't like myself. You know, how about you take your own advice and take your hard word or spiral and whatever. I don't know, just, I don't get this feud. I don't really care. I mean, I like Karrion Kross, and I feel bad that he's not utilized, but whatever. WWE showed a video trailer of Unreal, a new WWE series to show the ins and outs of the wrestling business. So they're breaking kayfabe with this. It's like, really, what the fuck? Third match, Dominic Mysterio defeats Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. He retained with the help of JD McDougall and McGee. He's back after his injury, which good for him, but I didn't really care. We get an Andrade and El Grande Americano vignette, which is funny. I will say that. It's an okay, not funny, but it was an okay vignette. We then see Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman. So here's my thing, and I'm happy what they did with this. And I'm surprised how they did this. I was worried with, like, how would a heel Rollins work out as a new Paul Heyman guy? Because you would, okay, listen. Paul Heyman is a helpless dude. He normally surrounds himself with people who can defend him, right? The Bloodline, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk even. How would it make sense for a Seth Rollins who's slimy and not really very credible to probably say, again, especially with a guy like, help me please, please help me. You know, like, I gotta run away, I'm evil. You know, like swiper, no swiping motherfucker. Like, the guy keeps running away from things. He can't even help himself as a heel. He's a garbage heel. He can't even, like, defend himself. How can he defend Paul Heyman? What they did is, again, they've proceeded to now start a somewhat of a Paul Heyman-like faction tonight. And they had a badass join them, which basically resolved that issue of that and made it work. Anyway, Seth Rollins showed up. So Robert Heyman. So the show was longer than 2.5 hours. So tonight was actually like almost a 3-hour show. I guess because for the Raw After Mania, so it was a special. Ron says, you know, I'm a visionary, I'm a revolutionary. I took a wise man from Roman Reigns. I stole CM Punk's best friend, and I'm the winner of the main event WrestleMania. I am Seth freaking Rollins. And I was like, oh God, shut up. I mean, great. So he's going to keep doing that gay shit. But then CM Punk showed up. They have a few punches with each other, and then Punk sees Heyman. He grabs him. And then I think Punk did a low blow. Not Punk. Rollins did a low blow or something. And that distracted Punk to get him a curb stomp. So Punk looked very weak in this segment, by the way. He really looked weak. He looked like a fucking old man, couldn't fucking defend himself, or whatever. So that was very weak, or whatever. Paul Heyman then says, "We're going to conclude the weekend of WrestleMania 41 by propelling the news all the way to WrestleMania 42. So he basically spoiled that this is going to be like long-term booking, basically. Which, okay. There's a new reigning, defending, undisputed #1 top star in the industry today, ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins." And then we hear Roman Reigns' music hits, he shows up, he attacks Rollins, he spears him, and then Paul Heyman's there, he's about to do a low blow. He was about to do a low blow to Punk, but like Punk grabbed him, but he like basically got attacked by Rollins. Paul Heyman's like scared, he's still in the ring, but then we see Reigns does a Superman punch to Paul Heyman, which, yeah, it's good. He was aiming to do a spear to Paul Heyman, and then we then see a spear to Roman Reigns from somebody, and it was Braun Breaker. I was thinking, what, are they going to probably do like Brock Lesnar returning here or whatever? Looks like Brock Lesnar's not going to be back for a very long time. Well, again, same thing like The Rock. When he returns, we'll be happy when it happens. But honestly, I don't mind that Brock Lesnar did not show up, even though I love Brock. But again, would I really want to see a duo with Rollins? I mean, whatever. But this works. Braun Breaker being the new Paul Heyman guy, and he literally, so a new alliance for Paul Heyman. He speared the fucking shit out of Roman Reigns, speared him through the barricade. Rollins did a curb stomp to Roman, and Braun did a spear to Punk. Already, I can now see, and this would be great, like a future tag match with both of them. Maybe Backlash, that would be perfect. Hopefully, not gonna be some part-time shit, but whatever. I could just tell they're probably gonna say this to SummerSlam. But like, really? Like, come on, do this at Backlash. Like, we need consistent booking. You know what I mean, folks? But regardless, I like this. I like that Paul. Well, I understand people would want to cheer for Braun Breaker. I get that. But like, honestly, this is great for Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker being the muscle of the group, basically, helping Rollins, going to be a muscle for Paul Heyman. This elevates him. This also goes back to like how Paul Heyman kind of defended Braun Breaker back when they did that whole NXT Mania thing. When they were competing with AEW and shit like that, for like the Tuesday Night War. It's great. I like this. I like this. I like how they ended it. I like how this is going to help Braun Breaker. It's cool. I like it. And the show, it's good. It's a good way to end the show. This was a good show. Was it perfect? No. But as for Raw After Mania, and for a show in general for Monday Night Raw that helps contribute to something to look forward to, where it carries on a story, I like it. This is what I'm talking about. Makes you excited for the next coming year. Hopefully they keep it up. Hopefully, they establish new stories and stuff like that. It's a new beginning, right? It's a new beginning. There's no off-season. It's a new beginning after WrestleMania. Hopefully we get some good stuff going on, huh? I don't have faith, though, next week will be a good show. I don't really have faith that SmackDown will be a good show. They are going to do a TLC match, so that's something. And I don't know, hopefully they carry on what happened tonight to SmackDown, having some people there. But regardless, I'm looking forward to what's going on. I am. I have high expectations now. I do. And we should. Because we're fucking wasting our time and money for this. So we have the right to criticize, you dumbasses. And we should have high expectations. Because they, with a show like this, when they put effort They have the time to put effort. They showed that they could put effort to making a good show. Now we expect this shit every week. This is not the bare. This is not even the maximum. This is at least the bare minimum we should expect from Monday Night Raw. And it was good. Can we have more of this going on? Can this be a trend, please? Please? Overall, good show. Good Raw After Mania. Looking forward to things. But unfortunately, with the track record of wrestling nowadays, or WWE, not much faith. But I'll be very surprised and hoping that this is the momentum that they keep going. Hopefully. Overall, good Raw After Mania. Good show. I wish that this was the trend back when, the road to WrestleMania. But hey, hopefully this is something for the future. I'm just keeping it real. Get your gains. Your call is magnificently inspired. Makes the bitches go, oh shit, oh shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just the holiest man in the world. I'm just keeping it real. Drink your call is magnificently. Keep yourself holy, folks. Happy Easter weekend. I'm the holiest man in the world. WrestleMania weekend has come and gone. Now let's relax. Overall, if wrestling is good, why not talk about good wrestling? You see, I want wrestling to be good. I want to come on here and talk about it. I was happy when Night 2 was a better show than Night 1. But then, apparently, people didn't like that? I don't get it. I don't know. How do I win, motherfuckers? How do I fucking win? Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.